To my life. Attention! Your boss is attempting to reach you on your cellular device. I repeat, your boss is attempting to reach you on your cellular device. Of course, that's what I had to wake up to. But it's my fault for setting that as my late for school alarm. Late for school? I looked at the clock. 6:48 a.m. I had 5 minutes to get there. I got ready, skipping breakfast again, and ran to school. As I ran, I felt someone was watching me, but when I looked, there was no one there. I shrugged it off and ran to class. I was about 15 minutes late, and I got an hour detention. After school, I went to detention, then walked home. By the time I got out, it was dark. Sorry. Again, I felt someone was watching me, but this time I heard slow, steady footsteps. When I turned around, though, there was nobody. This happened about 3 or 4 more times until I turned around and saw a shadowy figure. Then suddenly someone from behind grabbed me. Right before they covered my mouth, I screamed. The hand smelt familiar. Then out of nowhere, the shadowed figure fell to the ground. A boy had tackled him. The hand let go, and I turned around. It was Jake. He had eaten some apple pie Jess made, and that's why it was so familiar. The shadowy figure got up and threw a punch at the boy, but missed when his own hood fell off. I could see him clearly. It was R.J. Jones. I ran towards Jake and hit him right in the face. The impact knocked him out. Then I ran to R.J., stopping the fight. "Why, R.J.?" I asked him. "Because I like you," he said, stuttering. "Why didn't you just say so? I like you too," I said. "Really?" he said nervously. He leaned in. So did I. Right when he shut his eyes, I backed up and punched him, knocking him out. I had forgotten about the boy who had saved me, so when I turned around, he was staring at me with amazement. "Oh, hi," I said nervously. "Hi, are you okay?" He motioned to the scrape on my knee. "Oh, yeah, I'm fine," I said quickly, covering the small-looking scrape that had been revealed by a new hole in my jeans. "Here, let me walk you home," he offered. "By the way, I'm Karkat, but you could just call me KK." He said as we started walking. He had dark hair, almost black, a black turtleneck, gray pants, and a pair of black Converse. "Cool, I'm Kristen, but you could just call me Chris," I said, studying his face. We were quiet the rest of the walk. When we got to my house, I noticed that he had a big scrape on his arm, but was holding it so I couldn't see his blood, much like I did to my knee. I invited him in so I could bandage it up. He said okay, so we walked quietly upstairs to the bathroom. I bandaged him up, and he said he would get my knee. It was still bleeding. I looked and noticed it was right on top of a bad scar I got when I was about 6. He noticed too, but didn't say anything. After we were both cleaned up, we went downstairs. Right there stood my mom with a spoon. "Where were you? I was worried sick," she said, hugging me, not noticing KK. "I'm fine, Mom. This is KK. He saved my life." I didn't hesitate at all to tell her what happened. When I finished, she looked at him and hugged the heck out of him. She also invited him to dinner. Me and KK sat at the table while Mom brought over some food. I offered some help, but she said no. When we got our food, Mom didn't sit. She said she already ate and left us, winking at me. Me and KK started talking about what happened earlier. I didn't want it to end, but his phone went off. He had to go. We decided to meet up later on tomorrow and walk around the neighborhood. Next day. My perspective. When I got to school, RJ wasn't there. Everybody kept staring at me, whispering to each other, and giggling. When I got to class, they were passing notes and talking and hacking into computers until I walked in. Then they just stared. When school was over, KK and I went for a walk. We talked about the most random stuff. KK's point of view. Me and Chris walked around some weird houses as we talked about stuff we didn't care about. "She's so beautiful," I thought to myself, wishing I had the courage to tell her. All of a sudden, we tripped on an uneven sidewalk. I fell on top of her. It felt like we were there for hours. When some police alarms went up and snapped me into reality, we were in front of a police station. We got up and ran before they could come outside. "She's so fast." We ran for about 3 more blocks and stopped. She started cracking up. I just looked at her, studying her face. She was perfect. My point of view. I couldn't think of anything but him. Then I remembered something my friend Kim told me and started laughing. He just looked at me. He probably thought I was crazy, so I shut up. Then he giggled a little. "I wish I was pretty. I love him so." KK's point of view. I love her, but I don't know how to tell her. My point of view. I looked at him. He was staring at me. Then out of nowhere, 2 boys on a bike crashed into him. He fell on top of me. It was our lips touched. It was amazing. Please don't leave me by Pink. I'm sorry, KK's point of view. Please don't leave me by Pink, Chris said as soon as the music started up. I noticed that about her. She loved music. Chris would always name the song when it came on. Chris's mom was driving us to the mall to walk around, and Chris needed some new clothes. She wore the same black t-shirt at least 2 times a week. My point of view. When we got to the mall, Mom handed me a credit card and told me we could get lunch too. When we got to Hot Topic, I picked out a few black long sleeves and some t-shirts. Summer's almost here, so I should prepare. Can you hold my phone while I try these on? I asked. KK nodded. KK's point of view. Hey, Chris, what time is it? He yelled through the dressing room doors. I don't know, check my phone, she yelled back. 12:36 p.m. I unlocked her phone and saw her wallpaper. It said, I'm tired of crying, I'm tired of yelling, I'm tired of being sad, and I'm tired of being alone. And many more than that. Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars, she yelled, stating the song. Then she came out. They fit, let's pay and get some Why didn't you tell me? I cut her off. She saw her phone and grabbed it. It's nothing, KK, don't worry. Let's go get something to eat and I'll explain there. At Red Robin, my point of view. You should have told me, KK said in a mad tone, but he had worry in his eyes. I didn't know how. It's just depression. I'll get over it, I said calmly, putting my hand on his with a sad expression of sympathy on my face. I tried to keep calm so no one would hear. He gave me a strange look. It meant he was thinking about something, remembering something. KK's point of view. I started remembering. She always wore a long-sleeved shirt or a jacket. No matter how hot she was, she wouldn't even roll up her sleeves. This made me worry. I care about her and don't want her to get hurt. My point of view. KK suddenly grabbed my arm. As much as I protested, he rolled up my sleeve. He looked up from my arm. There were a few scars. He let go and grabbed my other arm, rolled up my sleeve, and I started crying. I hated crying. On my arm, I tried scratching Worthless. You can tell. He started tearing up. Oh, it didn't work. It's not working, I'm sorry. He started tearing up, too. I couldn't help but bawl my eyes out and apologize over and over. He knew just how to shut me up. KK's point of view. She wouldn't stop crying and saying sorry. I felt so bad. She was never the emotional type. She was such a tomboy. It hurt me so to see her like this. Chris? She looked up. I did the only thing I can think of. I've seen so many rom-coms, it seemed like I was supposed to do. I kissed her. That's all I have so far. And like and leave a comment below if you liked. And there were so many mess-ups trying to make this. I might post them too. Depends how long it takes. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment below on what you thought and what you think should come next.